mean, about Game 5 last night, overtime looked like it was going to be a real possibility until Sergachev's shot ricochets off Palat into the back of the net, and then shortly after that, an empty netter kind of seals the game for Tampa Bay here. Let's get our hockey panel on your screen. We got Geoff Ulrich in the house. We got Paul Bruno here. Paul, who's like blowing up my Twitter at like midnight because he wants everyone to know that's 2 games in a row where he's provided the final score in the series. Congrats, Paul.
You know what? I should put money on this stuff.
Hey, like you said, when you're hot, you're hot. And Geoff, to your credit as well, dude, you called it on the slate. You said, hey, listen, man, I know that they've won 8 straight games at home, the Rangers, but I just feel like this is the Lightning's game to lose.
Yeah, I mean, I dare say that Game 5 went pretty much exactly how I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a tight, close-scoring game, and I thought in the end, Tampa would sneak a goal past and just make it a 2-1, 3-1 game. So, yeah, I did call it. I said, you should jump on the Lightning to close it out in 6 at plus 180. I said you should get on the under as well last night. So pretty much everything about that game, I did get correct. It's, mark it down in history and stuff because it won't happen again soon. But yeah, the Lightning right now in the driver's seat. I was
gonna say great little segue there at the driver's seat. If only your NASCAR picks were as strong as your
a little early, but yes,
as your hockey picks. Hey, Paul, let's look ahead here to Game 6 tomorrow night. So, who was your captain for this DFS showdown?
Have you got the record of Vasilevsky in closeout games handy, Emerson? The guy
no, hook me up.
Not even allow a goal. He's in that playoff group where he's just not giving up very much at all in the last 3 games. I attribute the first 2 games to rust, so we're seeing the real guy right now. The champs are at home with a chance to close it out, and I don't know if you'll find anybody who thinks the Rangers can extend the series because I think they know they blew their chance, and last night's loss will be one that will bother them the rest of the summer. I think it'll be a long summer for them, thinking that they got this close. This will be another low-scoring game, and Vasi's going to get the W, so you got to go with him.
Okay, Geoff, you got to go netminder here. I know it's been a strong series to go that route.
I mean, okay, so Paul's hit on the Vasilevsky thing. I mean, it's the obvious play, and it's probably the correct play. But let's think of other scenarios that could happen here. I think there is a possibility Tampa just blows the Rangers out. Like, I think we could see like a 5-1, 6-1 game. It has been a great run for the Rangers. They're banged up in the middle, though. This is a young team. They've got to be just so deflated after being up 2-0 in Game 3. Like, it just you can kind of see it. So would it shock me if like Nikita Kucherov like had like 5 points? It actually would. Maybe Stamkos too is another guy. So I think you still have to go Tampa in the captain spot. But if you're not going Vasilevsky, you can go down the lineup a little bit. I think like a Stamkos at 13-8 makes perfect sense as a contrarian move. I mean, it seems a little bit. You got Kucherov up there, I mean, who's fine too at 14-4. But I think Stamkos, Kucherov are the guys I would look to get off of Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky is going to be a very popular option. And if you want to go mega contrarian, the Rangers is a play. I can't make a case for it because I don't think that they're going to win the game. And if they don't win the game, they're probably not going to have a player in the captain who's got the highest scoring. So for me, if you're going off Vasho, you go Stamkos. I think would be the next best option for me.
Okay, then what's your stacking strategy there with him, Geoff, with Stamkos?
Yeah, so again, if we're starting Stamkos, I mean, you should probably still play Vasilevsky. We're playing for a blowout Tampa win, so you're saving a bit of money. I would still try and get access to like the Tampa big guns. I mean, you could certainly pair him with like someone else on Tampa, like someone with the second line or something. Maybe you fade Kucherov and then you go Hedman or something. But I think that the play is to get the big 3 from Tampa in there. That's the guys who are going to ultimately show up and probably put a bunch of goals on if we're going that route. So you start with Kucherov, Vasilevsky, and Stamkos, and then you kind of go down the lineup and you just fill it out. And there is still plenty of filler here that you can get. I mean, Tampa's got a very cheap like back end. If they even just get 1 goal from their one of their back end lines in like a 6-1 game, that could work. But I think that again, if you start with Stamkos, that opens you up to being able to stack the big 3 a lot easier. So,
all right, Paul, who you stacking with your captain there in the crease?
Well, the idea is to get the big points and then the goalie win, just to go back to that for a second. So that's why I'm going Vasilevsky. But you got to include at least 2 of the 3, Stamkos, Kucherov, or Hedman, 2 of those 3 guys. And then fill in with Andre Palat. This guy's got goals in the last 3 games, so don't overlook him. He'll come in cheaper than the other guys too. For the Rangers, if it's a low-scoring game, go with Shesterkin. But I'm like Geoff picked my score. I think it's going to be 5-1. And Ryan Strome will get the only goal for the Rangers. So that might be a way to fill your lineup.
Ooh, okay. Paul, this is where you've been shining too. Player prop on the DK Sportsbook you like for Saturday night.
Well, Geoff hit it. Kucherov looks like he's playing a different game than everybody else. He's looking so relaxed and so creative. I see him being the central offensive piece too in Game 6. I expect at least 2 points, and that's going to pay off at plus 155. Anthony Cirelli has been moved up to center, the second line with Hagel and Killorn. They're buzzing like crazy in the last 3 games. This trio will continue to press the attack, and that should position Cirelli to pick up at least a point, and that'll pay plus 155. So I think those are 2 easy winners.
All right, you got an easy winner here, Ulrich?
I mean, I love the Cirelli call. It's plus 115, but I mean, just to score a point, again, like Paul and I both kind of projecting this the same. 4 to 5 goals probably for Tampa. I think there's a good chance that happens. You should go down the lineup. I mean, you could just take Kucherov plus 155 to score 2 points. I don't think that's bad either, but I think Cirelli at just to score a point, get on the board here at plus 115. Again, the Rangers are banged up in the middle. They've got guys playing like really hurt. Like, I mean, I'm surprised that a couple of their players even took the ice last night. So I think Cirelli is a great bet to go over a point there. And you could even look to Vasilevsky's, save props when they do come out. I mean, I don't see any save props out on the DK Sportsbook yet, but if they do come out before the game, I think one thing that you will see from New York, they'll probably just be throwing a lot of pucks in the first end. Like, I wouldn't be shocked like the Rangers had like 12, maybe 14 shots in the first period. I don't think it's going to matter, but I think that could lead to Vasilevsky, going over on his save prop. So we'll see what that is. If he comes out at like 26 or 27, I'd definitely go over on a Vasilevsky save prop.
All right, Ulrich, what's the game bet for this one? Like, Lightning close it out. Also, Rangers have not been very strong on the road this postseason.
I mean, look, obviously, if I like the Lightning to close it out in 6 games yesterday, I mean, you bet the Lightning. I'm actually surprised that this line is what it is, if I'm being dead honest. I believe this is basically the same price we were getting almost for yesterday or for Game 4. Excuse me. It's the same price we were getting for Game 4, which is Tampa at home. So minus 170 here. I think that there's just too much momentum now in Tampa's side. And I think that, again, we've got a veteran team who, again, taking on a deflated younger squad. I think you could absolutely go to the puck line here at plus 165. But I do think there's value here with taking Tampa on the money line. I think that minus 170, I thought it would be closer, if not at minus 200. And I think you could see this line move before the game. So to me, yes, the bet is definitely Tampa Bay. Does it seem too easy? Does it seem like, we're just buying into the public thing? Yeah, probably. But, sometimes you just take what's given to you. And right now, I think Tampa is still the bet. Obviously, the plus 180 to win the series in 6 is gone, but you can still make money here. And I think minus 170 is definitely a fine price to take Tampa on the money line.
Help the people make some money tonight, Paul. What's your game bet?
Going on the puck line, giving up a goal and a half for that plus 165 payout. I think Tampa's going to win this one relatively easy. We're talking about that theme all show today. They broke the Rangers' spirit last time out at MSG. I'm very confident they'll be watching the Avs and Bolts play in the Cup final next week, and I can't wait till that tees up.
I think one other way, if you wanted a little bit better money too, I don't mind going over on the Tampa team total. We've already talked about the idea that there's potential for a 4 or 5 goal outbreak.
Yeah, good call.
When that comes out, that's probably something else I'll be looking at. Again, I'm not sure if they have the team total props out, but over Tampa like 3.5 goals, I'll be very interested in that.